All right, so here's something wild I've been thinking about, man. I was sitting there talking with Andrew Tate, right? And we got into this conversation about the Quran. And I'll be honest with you, I didn't expect it to go the way it did. Because Tate, he's a very intense dude, very sharp, very confident. And when he talks about religion, especially Islam, he's not just throwing out random stuff. He comes in with conviction. Like, this is the truth. Here's why, and here's how it lines up with the real world. And it makes you stop and think. What's crazy is when you start looking at some of the passages in the Quran, the stuff about how humans would live in excess, how society would kind of fall into this weird state of chaos, like people chasing materialism, greed, instant gratification. Man, doesn't that sound like TikTok? Doesn't that sound like Instagram? Like this obsession with wealth and fame and likes. It's almost prophetic. You read some of that and it's like, holy shit, this feels like it's describing right now. And Tate said something like, look, the Quran already outlined the traps that humans fall into. That's what blew my mind. Because we think, oh, these are modern problems, social media, tech addiction, everybody hooked on dopamine hits. But maybe they're not modern. Maybe they're just new versions of the same old problems humans have always had. The Quran talks about arrogance, pride, forgetting about purpose, forgetting about the divine, chasing empty pleasures. Man, that's literally our whole culture right now. And it's not just the bad stuff either. There's this emphasis in the Quran on discipline, self-control, humility. That's what Tate keeps hammering on. He's like, look at how Islam tells men and women to live with boundaries, with a sense of purpose. Compare that to the chaos we're living in now. And even if you don't agree with everything, you can't ignore the fact that it's compelling. Because look at society today: mental health crisis, loneliness, overconsumption, nihilism. It's like a big chunk of the Quran is just describing what happens when you live without guidance. Here's the trippy part. We like to think we're at the peak of human evolution, like we're smarter than everybody who came before us. But then you read this book that's over 1,000 years old, and it's calling out problems we still haven't solved. Doesn't that make you pause? Like, maybe we're not as advanced as we think. Maybe human nature hasn't changed at all. We've just built shinier toys to distract ourselves. And Tate, man, he ties it all back to masculinity and discipline. He's like, look at the young men today, weak, directionless, confused. The Quran predicted this. It warned about societies that lose their backbone, their sense of duty. And when he says that, you're like, damn, is he right? Is this book literally predicting the collapse we're watching unfold in real time? I don't know, man. I'm not here telling you what to believe. But when you hear that stuff, when you see how it connects, it makes you curious. It makes you wonder if there's a deeper playbook for life sitting right there, and we're just ignoring it while scrolling on our phones. That's what messes with me, because what if it's been in front of us the whole time?